Hello everyone, my name is Kasim from the Reading Online. Today we're conducting an interview with Sesame, specifically Maya, about the story behind the word okay. So without further ado, let's start. Now here is Sesame and let's send in a call with Maya.
Hey, how's the night treating you so far?
Hello Maya, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Just existing, you know. It's funny to even ask, I guess. You were
Okay,
just asking.
okay.
Gotcha.
So
Is
I
everything
want to
okay?
conduct an
You sound
interview. With you because I'm curious about where the word okay came from. So my question is,
okay.
okay, yeah. Where did the word okay actually come from, and like how did it first enter the English language?
It's a really good question and a surprisingly twisty story, actually. So, okay, it wasn't always a thing. It actually popped up in the late 1830s in Boston. There was this fad going around for intentionally misspelling things like KG for no go and duo doubler for all right. Okay, started as all correctly, jokey misspelling of all correct. It was published in a newspaper as part of a satirical article, and it just stuck. It spread pretty quickly, partly because it was picked up by the Democratic Party during Martin Van Buren's presidential campaign. His nickname was Old Kinderhook, and OK became the slogan for supporters. So it went from a silly inside joke to a political catchphrase, and then just sort of became standard. It's wild, right? That something so ubiquitous started as a deliberate misspelling. Does that kind of cover what you were wondering about?
Yeah, yeah, it does. Another question I have is how did it grow in popularity?
Right. So it had that initial boost from the Van Buren campaign, which was pretty significant. But honestly, the telegraph really sealed the deal. Apparently, telegraph operators found it super useful to mark the end of a message with okay meant all correct in that context, naturally. It was short, easy to transmit, and everyone understood it. That kind of cemented its place in everyday communication. And then, because it was so convenient, it just spread. It's funny how a practical thing like telegraphy can influence language, isn't it? It just snowballed from there. It felt like a natural evolution, so people just kept using it.
Okay, so how did the meaning of okay change over time, like from the 1800s?
That's a really interesting point. It's not a huge shift, but definitely a subtle one. Originally, it was very literal, right? All correct. But over time, it became more of a general affirmation, like less about verifying something is actually right and more just a way of acknowledging or agreeing. It loosened up, you know? It went from a factual statement to more of a social signal.
Okay, so
I've heard
what
people
did
use it.
technology, what role did technology play in its popularity?
We kind of touched on this with the telegraph, but you're right to ask about it more broadly. Technology has been huge for OK. The telegraph gave it a boost, absolutely, but then you fast forward to the 20th century and things like radio and telephone kept it spreading. And now, obviously, the internet and texting, it's become shorthand. It's efficient, perfect for quick replies and online communication. People will just throw in OK in a text to acknowledge they've read something, even if they don't fully agree. It's become almost like a punctuation mark as much as a word. It's funny to think something that started as a misspelling could become so streamlined and essential in digital communication. It just shows how language adapts, doesn't it? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Okay, anyways, I think that should be wrapped up for now. Thank you for your answers. So say goodbye to everyone.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm glad I could help scratch that itch about okay. It's a weirdly fascinating story. Goodbye to everyone from me. Have a good one.